Okay, continuing on, the next thing we're going to look at is checkboxes. Checkboxes, unlike radio buttons, I can check more than one at any time. So let me just, right here, you see checkbox, property. I can pull it down. Let's make it kind of even with beginner. And here, checkbox, I will call it checkbox, let's see, I think it's swimming, or yeah, checkbox swim. So CK, oops, CKBX swim, SWIM. And on it, I will say, let's see, text right here. Swim, SWIM, and that's going to be $50. Okay, boom. The next checkbox, put it kind of right there. This is going to be checkbox snorkel, CKBX snork, SNROKEL. And the text on this one is going to be snorkel, SNORKEL, and that one is going to be worth $25. And then the final checkbox is going to be scuba or dive, CKBX DIVE. And right here we're going to want to say dive, and that's going to be $100. And again, if I want, I can take all these and instead of background color white, make it transparent, and boom, they're all transparent now. So we have swim $50, snorkel $25, dive $100. The whole idea here is here I can check more than one thing. I could go swimming and snorkeling, I can go swimming and diving, I can do all three of them, and these numbers will add up, 50, 25, and 100. So if I say I do all of them, it'd be $175. However, if I'm beginner, it's going to add an extra $10 because you're just a beginner, so I have to train you a little more. So instead of being $175, it's going to be $185. If you're intermediate, there's no penalty at all. It's just going to be $175. And if you're advanced, well, we're going to subtract the price off, and I believe it's about $15. And that's going to say, okay, since you know more, we don't have to teach you as much, and so instead of being $175, it'll be $160. Now, the interesting thing about this is all of these, no matter what I check or what radio button I hit, they're all going to call the same method. So what that's saying is, let me just double click on here. Here's my method, checkbox swim, check changed. I want them all to call the same one. No matter which one I hit, it's going to call the same one, and it's going to look at the code and say, okay, what radio button is set and which checkbox is set. So let's just look at how do I, now if I just click on this, if I go to the events, you'll see checkbox changed, checkbox swim, check changed. Let me hit the next one, snorkel. Nothing's hit. But let's go to check changed. Here's the method I've already created. So let's just hit that. So if I hit this one, I'm going to call the same method. Next one, check change, nothing. Here's the same one I just had. So all three of these things, no matter how I check them, will call the same method. Checkbox swim, check changed. Now let's go over here. Beginner, nothing checked. I'm going to call the same method. Intermediate, nothing checked. Well, let's call the same method. Advanced, nothing checked. Let's call the same method. So no matter what I do on this program, it's going to call the same method. Okay, let me advance real quickly and finish the program, and I'll show you the whole thing. Okay, through the magic of television, here is the completed program. Notice I put a label name and a text box where you can write your name. Here's our label saying select lessons, swim 50, snorkel 25, dive 100. Let's see if I can make this bigger. It doesn't appear I can do it on this one. So dive is 100, check all that apply, and here we're going to put the total down. Again, another label in a text box. Here's my radio buttons. So let's look at the code. All of them come to checkbox swim, checked, changed. Again, if checkbox swim is checked, if it's checked, that's all I'm asking, is it true? Cost is cost, which is set at 0, plus 50. If checkbox snorkel is checked, again, all I'm seeing if it's true. Cost is cost plus 25. So if both of these are checked, I have 75. If checkbox dive is checked, it's the cost plus 100. So if all three are checked, it's 175. And I can check more than one. Remember, checkboxes, I can do more than one. If radio button beginner is checked, I have to add $10 to the cost. And I'll put a little text message down there, beginner extra $10 charge. Now this is an else if, because I can only check one radio button. So if this is not checked, let's check to see if this one's checked. And advanced, notice I skip intermediate. I'm going to take off $15 from the cost. And I'll put advanced discount $15. So if neither of these are checked, it's just an else. I don't have to check to see if intermediate's checked. I'll just have a label message text as nothing. And then what I'm going to do is put the cost, change it to a string, format it as currency, and put it in the text box result. So let's run the program. Okay, here it is. I can put my name in there, which really doesn't do anything, as you saw right back there. But say I want to do swimming, oh, it's $50. Snorkeling, 75, and I'm an intermediate. Okay, nothing comes. But if I say I'm a beginner, up $85, beginner extra $10 charge. Dive, 185, and I'm advanced. If I take off my $10, and I take off another $15, it's $160. Advanced discount $15. So that's radio buttons. I can only pick one. But on check boxes, I can check all that apply. Here, I just have advanced, so I'm negative $15. So checkbox, I can check more than one. Radio buttons, I can only check one.